my name's Nate Smith. I'm here with ABI Attachments, and today we're showing you how to put the lighting kit on your Z-23 ABI Force. We're going to start with installing the work lights. There are two work lights, and the only difference is how the brackets are oriented. One is oriented parallel to the light, and one is oriented perpendicular. The parallel light is going to go on the front of the machine, and the perpendicular is going to go on the back. First, we're going to start by opening up one of the holes in the back corner of our cover system with a 7/16 strobe. Next, we're going to take an 11/16 wrench, remove the nut that is attached to the work light, and part the washers. We'll leave one washer on the front side, place another washer on the back side, and place the nut back on the back side. Note how I have the light oriented towards the back of the machine. Then you can turn the wrench or the light to tighten the light in place. You can leave it a little loose so that it is somewhat adjustable based on what operation you're doing behind your ABI Force. Next, with a 9/16 wrench, we're going to remove the two bolts that attach through the frame and hold up the cover plate. We're going to keep the nuts and washers to reuse. This will attach the light mount bracket for the front of the machine. So now, this is our light mount bracket. We will use the same washers, but there are longer bolts that came in the light kit that we will use to be able to attach this. Again, the bolt goes down through the frame, and then we simply tighten with the washer and nuts that were already there on the bottom side. Now with our light that has the bracket parallel, we're going to loosen the nut with our 11/16 wrench. And once that's removed, we can install through the hole in the bracket. Again, it may work to spin the light and set it roughly vertical. Again, you'll be able to adjust its tilt. That will face forward. Next, to install the flashers, should you choose, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows in the slot in our cover, and we're going to feed the connectors of the flasher unit through. Now you can let it hang on the wire for a second while you take the 832 nuts and bolts and fish them through the corners of the wire connector. Make sure you keep the rubber gasket behind the light. And once you feed those through, you'll take the 1/4" washer, the larger washer note, and the 832 nuts and install them on the back side. You'll be able to get there by reaching down through the cover on the top. Please make sure your force has cooled off completely before you attempt this. Install the other side as well, and we'll just tighten them down with a Phillips screwdriver. So the wiring harness for the light kit is split into two pieces. The long main body with the switch block is what we use to run the work lights. Now, if you'd like to install the strobe lights as well, then you need the strobe light extension, which will come with the kit, to plug in to the main harness. We're going to start by connecting reds to reds, and then the green is going to go onto the short portion of our connection. With that, the two harnesses are actually joined as one. So we're going to fish our harness piece up under our dash. I'm going to pop the dash knockout plug out and feed the plug block into it. Then we're going to snap our switch into our plug. Note that it's keyed with a pin, so it only goes in one way. Just push it firmly into the plug and then pass it down, snap it into the dash. And then I have two terminals, flat quick connect terminals, one with a green wire that plugs into the color matching green wire, like that, and one with a red wire that plugs into the color matching red wire underneath the dash. Then I'm going to take my long leaded wire with the plug on it and fish it pretty much the same as where you see the harness run with the plastic loom and down into the corner of the cover cavity back by the hydraulic reservoir. Lay it over the top of the harness and pull it out up here by the reservoir. So we're going to disconnect the bullet connectors on the plug, plug it into the back of the work light until you get the click, pass those connectors through a convenient hole in the cover, and then reconnect them. And all these connectors just have a nice click to them, and then tuck this wire back in there out of the way. The shorter of the two wires should tuck around the air filter and comes out the front of the machine. Lay it down and plug it into our front work light. So to connect our strobes, we're going to take the longer length of the piece of harness for the strobe and plug in to the back of our strobe down in our cover. Now there are 3 connections here, match colors. So black goes to black, white goes to white, or green goes to green. Then we're going to fish the rest of this harness up, and it's going to follow the same path that the rest of our wiring does, up and over underneath our dashboard. Now that we've pulled our harness across the top here, we're going to plug in, we have 2 bullet connectors. The red goes into the red of our existing light harness, and the shorter one goes into the green bullet connector that's up here under the dash. We plug the red into the red of the under dash harness that we already added for our lighting kit, and the blacks plug into the green that is underneath the dash attached to the switch. And we're going to feed our shorter harness further out to plug into our other side strobe, again matching colors. With the harness installed, then we're going to zip tie everywhere that we need. We've included this clipped zip tie to be able to secure the wiring right here.